the little scratches I put on.
Sure.
Earlier. Now from a 220 I'm going to a 400.
Okay.
Better off if I just stayed up like 100
4.
Yeah. Then I got a 600, and the next one would be an 800. Alright, alright.
Still see where you.
That one's an 800 then?
Yes. They were...
We're looking at this one here.
And then a deeper one somewhere over
the other one
here.
right here.
Okay.
But even now you can, I mean, how well can you see where you fixed it and where you haven't?
Oh, even as far as fading it in?
Yeah.
Well,
Or somebody...
here, this is with the 600. This is where it was polished at 800 and then polished. And here's where the 600 is. See how it's starting to almost, you know, coming up shining?
Sure.
And then I got the 800 still here to hit it with. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was the 800?
That was the 800.
Okay.
On there.
Yeah.
That looks pretty good.
Yeah.
You can still see a hair of the lines. And this one here.
Yeah.
But
now when I bring it up to a high gloss,
it'll be
you know.
Okay.
And like how me and you were down here kind of looking at it, and we kind of knew, you know, those were the old ones. I didn't know. We were working with the deep ones.
Okay.
But what I want to kind of do is I want to spray everyone with the
What's that?
Oh, you can do that question. The dust?
Yeah. Actually, that copper cigarette.
Yeah, we just spent over.
Smoker's cough.
We just spent over $400,000 on central dust in our heat, so it's there on that.
Ship me one of those, will you?
Yeah, I know, right? We didn't have a central system for dust in our old facility. So, I mean, literally you walk in, it's like a dust bowl.
Wasn't pretty.
I would think our paint booth would accommodate well enough.
This,
Yeah.
Got cross-draft in
Yeah.
it, so.
It's a 1000 grit, high polish compound.
Rubbing compound.
Yeah.
Okay.
Polishing compound. Alright. And what I'm going to do is if I can get it to come out. Yeah. We'll put it at the edges, maybe a couple in here. Alright. And I'm going to rub it in.
Back a little bit.
Well, yeah.
Right,
Now, since you're the dealership and what, you know, if you turn this on at high velocity and if I didn't rub it in,
rubbing it in, it's going to fling it.
yeah, it's going to fling it everywhere. Well, my biggest thing is
Keep that thing still.
Make sure it doesn't slip on you. Yeah, they'll do that in the shop.
okay. I'm going to start down at my lowest speed on this is a 1,000 repetition per minute, and I'm going to take it up to about a 2.5.
Okay.
Yeah, I would never
During
go
my
over
process.
2.5 or 3 max.
Yeah. But I'm just going to work my polish in. Now that I got it in there and I know I ain't going to fling it all over your camper, I'm going to turn it up. And these were those edges where we feathered it out. So make sure I get them areas real good.
Pretty much just floating on the surface, or are you pushing down on it?
I'm pushing just a little bit, not very much. Alright, and I'm about at 2 3/4 there. But
It's good.
alright, and then where I feathered it out, well, we can see the old scratches and what.
Sure.
But with your light and taking it up, we shouldn't. She should be pretty well hidden in there.
Then normally where you're seeing your discoloration, if you're seeing it out of, you know, some scratches and stuff like that, you let it in. That's where you, while they've still got polish and some of that compound on their buffer, is when you really want to spray it down with the water and then just kind of work it back in, because you can work that
That'll
back in.
kind of even everything
Yeah.
across.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
And that's all shown on that repair video.
Yeah, you can kind of rub your hand. Yeah.
Yeah, that's so good.
You see, sometimes you don't, when you don't think you have the scratch out of it, when you don't think you know, and you're sanding, once you go through all the way to the 800 and buff it,
Then buff it, it's gone.
and it's gone.
So those are ones we
Those are the ones
But there was one here, and then one across that way.
Yeah. On that, I mean, 'cause sometimes, you know, it's deceiving. I mean, I didn't mean to actually earlier. I should have got my bottle and what with my spit. But sometimes if you take wet water or something on it, and you can see how it's shining, and you can see if it's lifting it out, because it's deceiving when you know. And then of course, once you get it all sanded out and everything else, and if you miss a scratch, it will come up.
Sure. I mean, this is still decent, lightened up even just by
Right.
being new.
You know, I mean, I've hit it with, I think I got the 220 in over here on it and what, and it took it down a lot. We had some really fine ones over here, and I know they're gone.
See, scratches like that where I'd probably actually start at the 220.
220.
Sure.
Just apply a little bit more pressure on those at the 220 and then feather it back out with your 600. You don't have to, when you're feathering out, you don't have to feather out too far.
Don't go as far. Yeah, I mean, it's like maybe an inch or so.
It's really like it's a real touchy process.
On the countertop with a matte finish, and they're talking about using the Scotch-Brite pad. How do you do? You just go over it with a Scotch-Brite pad, or
Best thing to do with the Scotch-Brite pad.
With your Scotch-Brite pads, all you're going to really do is you're going to start out at 80, 150, 220. Some companies require us to take up 400, but most of the time they're stopping at 220 and then just Scotch-Brite it. And you'll usually start with your you'll go red, gray, white.
Well, the white will take you to a little bit more of a gloss.
You're just hitting the whole surface with that, or just feathering it like you did?
Well, even it's the nice thing about the matte finish is, I mean, that's just 2 or 3 less steps.
Stop anywhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the matte finish, like he said, is a 200, and then there's a Scotch-Brite that's red. Alright, that's kind of equal to a 400, and then there's a gray Scotch-Brite that's kind of equal to like a 600.
4 or 5 years ago, we saw a lot of the companies that were doing the matte finish, but then they really started catching on to the high gloss, because that's the first thing when you walk into the unit and you see. I mean, the countertop's one of the premier parts of the interior components. It makes it pop, and that's what the industry was looking for and the consumers were demanding. So,
So about all went high gloss.
All about how it goes in a show, right?
Yep. Yeah.